Hey, Will Brink here at www.brinksome.com, and the topic I want to cover, which I have actually covered in an older video, is testosterone boosters. But it's actually been a while since I covered it, and it's one of my older videos. Is not very compelling to watch, so I'm going to actually discuss it a little bit and discuss a recent study on one of the more popular testosterone boosters to sort of illustrate my point. I think if you've watched my videos and you've read some of my articles, I think you probably know that I'm not a big proponent of testosterone boosters, and that is because essentially they don't do anything. Now, I do have a lengthy article on that, which I will link in this video right here if you have not read it, and it goes into full detail as to why I don't find them to be effective, why I don't think the studies support them, and a number of other things. Now, for example, at the end of that article, I also make a challenge, if you will, or an offer, if you will, to any supplement companies out there that make testosterone boosters to test it for them personally and or set them up with a third-party location to test them, because I do have a number of good connections in the research community, having been involved with research and such. So these are things I can have done for them easily, and not one has taken me up on this. And I do, again, consulting work for supplement companies. I have had a number of email exchanges with people involved in those companies, going back and forth a few times, but it has come to nothing, and as expected, it comes to nothing. Now, from their perspective, they don't really have a lot of motivation, if you think about it, because you're better off spending money on marketing and anecdotal claims and bro science and that type of thing than, you know, getting down to the nitty-gritty and actually spending money to test your product to show the world if it actually does what it claims to do, i.e., at the very least, increase testosterone. But we'll get back to that in a second. So one ingredient that I have not covered actually in other videos, which I'm going to combine them here, is D-aspartic acid. Now, D-aspartic acid was looked pretty promising as a testosterone booster when it came out, or at least when the data came out, should I say. And I have to say, after reading the studies, I have to say it looked pretty promising, I have to admit. I still had the same reservations about D-aspartic acid that I do about other supplements, again, for reasons covered in the article, but I actually thought it might hold some promise. Well, a recent study was done, and they, under, I would say, more controlled conditions specific to the population that usually are taking this supplement, i.e. young men lifting weights who want to gain muscle. So the conditions that it was tested on were a much more, let's say, useful conditions than the early studies which looked at sperm motility and that type of thing. And under those conditions, they also tested, of course, not looking just at testosterone levels, but also at whether increases in muscle mass and strength went up to weightlifting, because that is, again, why most people, men, are using these. Well, this study found not any effect on testosterone and no effects on strength and muscle mass. So, honestly, again, D-aspartic acid has to go where all the other supposed test boosters go, which is in the don't bother wasting your money on it category. Now, I can also link the study. I have it on my website too, but you can go look it up. But now, does that mean at the end of D-aspartic acid? Well, that's really up to you. Again, maybe another study will get done by another group, and maybe they will find that the first study had methodological flaws or something. Not impossible, but let's be honest. The reality is the track record of testosterone boosters, when they are formally tested, is terrible. In fact, so terrible to say they're running a 0 track record currently. So that's my take on testosterone boosters. Again, if you want full details as to my particular reservations, read the article. And I, again, am happy to actually test anybody's testosterone boosting supplement and publish those results. And if those products are to work as claimed, I will make another video and extolling the virtues of this product. I will write articles, and I will make sure the world knows that their product is the legit product. Again, I'm not going to hold my breath on that, because it makes sense. You're going to make more money by going with the marketing. So I hope that information helps. If not, what can I say? So if you want, sub to the channel. As you can see, I tend to cover a lot of ground, a lot of science. I take an objective view of things, and I'll see you all